A multi-billion dollar shockwave hit Islamabad, and it did not come from a market crash. It came from a phone call from Abu Dhabi. Hello and welcome to NewsX. I'm Kashish Dhawan. Last week, Pakistan confirmed that it has officially finished repaying a massive $3.45 billion loan to the United Arab Emirates. On the surface, it sounds like a routine debt settlement, but in the world of high-stakes diplomacy, the timing and the tone of this demand have left Pakistani officials reeling. Why did a long-time ally suddenly pull the rug out? Now, the answer lies in shifting regional map, where the UAE is looking less at Islamabad and much more at New Delhi. Let's look at the facts over here. The State Bank of Pakistan repaid the final $1 billion on April 23, 2026, following a $2.45 billion payment on just days before. Sources indicated that UAE was blunt over here. They wanted their money back immediately. Now, this caught both Pakistan and the IMF off guard because Abu Dhabi had previously promised not to seek repayment until 2027. So, what exactly changed? Let me start with this, the Iran factor. During the recent escalations in the West Asia, the UAE, which has faced missile threats, expected total solidarity. Instead, Pakistan tried to play middleman, offering to mediate between the US and Iran. To Abu Dhabi, there is no middle ground when your security is online. Second, the Saudi pivot. Pakistan recently signed a major defense pact with Saudi Arabia. In the brotherly rivalry between Riyadh and Abu Dhabi, Pakistan had seemingly picked a side, and the UAE just sent the bill for that choice. But here is the real kicker, the India factor. While relations with Pakistan have cooled, the UAE's relation with India has reached a golden age. Trade is the fourth point. Bilateral trade between the UAE and India hit a staggering $100 billion in the last fiscal year. And then comes the strategic ties. In early 2026, UAE President Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed made a high-profile visit to India, signing landmark deals in nuclear energy, space and defense. Now, analysts at Chatham House, they are clear. They said that the UAE is much more invested in India now. They see India as a stable, predictable economic powerhouse. Pakistan, meanwhile, is seen as a cycle of financial crisis and shifting loyalties. For the UAE, the investment is in New Delhi and the charity was in Islamabad. And they are closing the book on that chapter. So, where does this leave Pakistan? It is now in a very tight spot. To pay back the UAE, Pakistan had to turn to Saudi Arabia, which recently deposited $2 billion into Pakistan's central bank to prevent a total collapse of reserve. But let's look at the cost. First, over-reliance. Saudi Arabia now accounts for roughly half of Pakistan's total central bank reserves. Second, a plan to convert $1 billion of that debt into UAE-backed investments in Pakistani industries has been scrapped. The UAE didn't want the equity, they wanted the cash. Historically, Pakistani pilots helped build the UAE Air Force and Pakistan's national airline helped launch Emirates. But in 2026, nostalgia isn't currency. Abu Dhabi is voting with its wallet, and right now the wallet is wide open for India and snapped shut for Pakistan. Islamabad is calling this a routine transaction, but I'll tell you the subtext over here is loud and clear. The UAE is no longer interested in being Pakistan's permanent safety net, not while a more lucrative and strategic partnership is flourishing across the border in India. For Pakistan, the lesson over here is clear. In modern diplomacy, you can't pay your bills with history. Thank you for watching.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.